that's kind of how I got started. I ended up being from a call center to being one of the top producers in the company. Ended up opening up my own mortgage company. We just wanted to create a company where people wanted to go to work. It's hard to stay motivated, but when you're working with people that you like and you're working with friends and you have a culture where everybody just gets along and you have some top producers, it just pushes you. We believe that brokers are a better place. We want to follow the AIME vision, and we want to grow from within, and we want our people to feel like, man, these guys aren't just recruiting top talent, they're actually investing their time in us. We want to make sure that you fit our culture, and we have to like you. You know, and if you're hardworking and you're willing to put in the work, we'll hire you and we'll figure out later on where to put you. We waste a lot of time as loan officers. You know, I always thought I was busy, and then my coach at the Corps is like, you're not busy. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? I have all these things I got to go on. He goes, all right, well, let's break your day down into 30-minute increments. And then we're going to split them up into 15-minute increments. Because if you say you're working on a loan, you're only working on it for 15 minutes. When I broke it all down, I only had like an hour and a half of things to really do.
Right.
I just kept on hitting refresh on my email. You know, I would spend most of my time making sure that this loan went from submission to subbed, and then focus on, like, did it get approved? I was just waiting. And so what I did was I took my day and I said, okay, well, how do I put more into the hours I'm there? And how do I get in that mindset that if I go to work today and I tell myself I'm going to submit 5 loans, how do I do it? And that's what I do. I dive into my database and I look and I go, okay, today I'm going to 4 or 5 opportunities and I'm going to close them. And if I close them in an hour, I'm going home because I don't want to get burnt out.
Right.
The other thing that we did, which I highly recommend for everybody, is we created what's called a home buyer university. And I think this is super important to help yourself differentiate from any other loan officer. We created sets of videos, 4 to 6 minutes long, because you don't really have that much more of an attention span.
You don't, no.
And it just goes over everything. Don't make any major credit card purchases. This is how you understand credit. This is how fees work. Here's the difference between FHA and conventional. And it just constantly is educating people. And by doing that and creating these videos, you take out a lot of the guesswork. You know, a lot of the times it's repetitive. You know, what are your closing costs?
Yeah.
You know, what are your fees? If you set up a video and you send it out to everybody, now you've just answered 1,000 questions over and over again. Loan officers get really tied up on, here are your savings per month.
Okay.
Right? Depending on who you're talking to, they don't even care. Right? So the first thing I do before I sell a loan is I write down what are the objections that a client is going to tell me. So the first one's either going to be costs. I don't want to start over. I don't have time. How long is it going to take me to break even? Before you even put together a presentation for somebody, if you can eliminate their pain points, you've already moved on to step 2. First thing I do, I grab an amortization calculator. Okay, where are they at right now currently? Okay, they've been in the loan for 2 years. If we refinance them and they make the same payment, how much more can they pay off the loan? Yeah, you can save them $200 a month. But if they made that same payment, you can save them 7 years off their mortgage.
Yep.
What's 7 years times their principal and interest? That's $200,000. That's value. You don't have to be the most talented, you just have to be committed. Right? You have to be able to take what you're good at and just do that. I don't run the business, I own the company. Shelby's better at that.
Right.
Shelby, you hire, you manage. I handle more of the nitty gritty. I'm in the weeds, I'm in the trenches.
Like we've been talking about.
I talk to the clients, I fire up my loan officers, I'm training. You just gotta stop taking this as like a quick job. If you have a client, how do you wow them? How do you look at what you're currently doing right now and take it to another level? Stop being vanilla, right? Stop being so plain. Stand out. Whether it's on social media, if you're not comfortable being on social media, then be the best explainer of loans that there is. You know, be different.
Goes back to your strengths, right?
Do what you're good at.
Do what you're good at.